In today's video, we will learn about root locus analysis. To understand what is meant by root locus, first we will consider a unity feedback control system. As you can observe here, h of s is 1, whereas g of s is k by s plus 1. So that we get the closed loop transfer function C of s by R of s in the form k divided by s plus 1 plus k, where s plus 1 plus k, the denominator, if we equate it to 0, we get the characteristic equation. So we have the characteristic equation s plus 1 plus k equal to 0. So the poles of the system, closed loop poles of the system will be minus 1 minus k, where k is the gain of the system, which is a variable parameter. If we consider different values of k, as you can observe here, k value is varied from 0.5 to 15. We can see that yes, we get different values from minus 1.5 to minus 16. So if we plot this, we get these different paths. So now we can join all this, we get a path. So root locus is the path of the roots of the characteristic equation traced out in the S-plane as a system parameter varies from 0 to infinity. So you have marked a path wherein the pole starts from minus 1.5 to minus 16. So this is the root locus when gain is varied, k is varied from 0.5 to 15. So if we vary k from 0 to plus infinity, the plot is known as direct root locus, otherwise known as root locus. If k is varied from minus infinity to 0, the plot is called as inverse root locus. So here we concentrate on the direct root locus wherein we vary the system parameter from 0 to plus infinity. So if the system is of lower order, we can sketch the root locus very easily. But what if we have a system wherein the characteristic equation, that is the denominator, has a order of s which is of higher degree? In that case, we cannot plot the root locus as simple as we have done the previous one. So we need to go for some computational analysis, computer analysis. So if the characteristic equation of the degree is higher than 3, it is a tedious one. We go for a computer solution. So a simple method for finding the roots of this characteristic equation was developed by W.R. Evans, and that method is used extensively nowadays. So that method, you call it as root locus, in which we consider the roots of the characteristic equation, which are nothing but the poles of the transfer function or poles of the system. So we can plot it by varying the system gain, which we treat it as a variable parameter. So for the existing transfer function, we can either add a 0 or we can add a pole and plot the root locus accordingly. So before finding what is the method developed by Evans to plot the root locus for any system, they will go through the angle and magnitude condition, which is very important for plotting the root loci. So in constructing the root loci, angle and magnitude conditions are very important. So we consider a system which gives us a closed loop transfer function of the form g of s by 1 plus g of s h of s, of which we consider the characteristic equation, we equate it to 0. So this can be written as g of s h of s is equal to minus 1 So this we split into two. One is the angle and the other one is the magnitude. So if we consider the angle part, angle of g of s h of s is equal to -1. So with that we can write it equal to plus or minus 180 degree to q plus 1, where q varies from 0, 1, 2, etc. This condition is called as angle condition or angle criteria. Then magnitude is an magnitude of g of s into h of s equal to 1. So the values of s which satisfies both this angle condition and the magnitude condition are the roots of the characteristic equation, or nothing but they are the closed loop poles. So if any point in S plane has to be on the root locus, then it has to satisfy the angle condition. That is, the angle of g of s, h of s calculated at that point must be a odd multiple of 180 degree, plus or minus 180 degree. So the angles will be measured in anti-clockwise direction from a horizontal line. So always first apply the angle condition to determine whether a point lies in the S-plane or not for the root locus. If this condition is satisfied, then we go to find the magnitude condition. These two conditions are not independent of one another. So the root locus can be drawn by checking the angle condition at various points of the S-plane. So hope this concept is clear. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we will discuss some properties of the root locus that will enable us to obtain an approximate root locus plot.